Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Michael Griffin, who's a safety out of South Dakota State. What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a Friday. It's great.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead, just kind of give me a brief history of your career. I mean, I realize that you've got quite a story, so hit me with kind of a brief 2-minute history, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I started off, I call myself a late bloomer. I didn't really know I could do this or, have the will to do it until my junior year of high school. I went to a few camps. The one that got me was the Minnesota camp. They told me I need to come back when I work on myself. I'm not ready yet, so that really motivated me to, work on my skills, my craft. And I ended up going to Southwest Minnesota State very late in the process. They came to me. They showed me a lot of love. I played 2 seasons there. My first year there, I started off as a nickel. And then my next season, I played both safeties. I started at the rover position. And then I decided I wanted to play at South Dakota State. It was D1. I always wanted to play D1. So I made the jump, believed in myself. I had to sit out a season. And then I'm starting now playing strong safety. I've played all DB positions, dime, nickel, corner, free, strong. So I play strong safety right now for the Jacks.
Cool. So, I mean, I introduced you as a safety man, but I mean, you're 6 foot, 220 pounds. I mean, you're practically a linebacker, which I mean, I think is just crazy. So, I mean, you kind of do have that kind of hybrid look to you. I mean, you kind of have that feel for like a box safety, but I mean, shoot, like in some packages, I mean, you might be my, nickel or dime linebacker, or maybe even, I don't know, bulk you up even more, put you in a 3-4 set. I don't know, man. But I'm pretty sure that, a lot of teams could move you around almost anywhere. But just kind of want to get your take on it, though. I mean, what do you think is like maybe one of your best attributes, or what's the best thing you bring to the table as an athlete?
I think my best attribute is my versatility, like you were saying. I played a lot of the DB positions. I played all of them, actually. I play a lot of in the box now. Being versatile, to me is one of my strong suits because I can play in the box. I'm a good tackler, and then when I need to, I can play man, go back and play free. So that's definitely my strongest suit.
Gotcha. And tell me about your history as a special teamer. I mean, obviously that's where a lot of guys are going to end up cutting their teeth in the pros. So just kind of, I don't know, give me the whole spiel. Like, what sort of units have you played and things of that sort?
I've played on all of the units. Mostly I stay off of KOR. They use a lot of offensive guys for that. But on kickoff, I'm usually a gunner or the contain full player. And then I'm either a gunner on punt or, a 3, a guard. And then on punt block, I usually am one of the hold-up guys. So I've played all of the special teams.
Gotcha. And let's just kind of chat a little bit about this off season. I mean, obviously, this is kind of the off season that not a lot of people really wanted, and it is what it is. I mean, but talk to me a little bit about how you've stayed motivated during this time. I mean, and maybe even tell me something that you're working on in order to get yourself better.
Well, to stay motivated, I just love football. It's a passion of mine. I want to get to the next level. I got some goals that I want to achieve, so it's not hard for me to stay motivated. It's definitely a unique off season with everything being closed and all these rules and stuff. You got to find crazy places to work out and all that. But over this time, I watched a lot of film on myself, and I noticed like I open up when I don't need to sometimes. So I've been really working on, staying square on my pedal, keeping my pedal as long as I can so I can break at all angles, and my man technique because I play a lot in the slot. So
cool. And just recently brought to my attention that you were recently named the team captain, or one of the team captains there. So talk to me about maybe what that means to you and what kind of a leader you are on the football field.
To me, that's a huge honor. I haven't been with this team very long, and to earn the respect of the guys around me is huge, especially being only playing one season here. So that's a big thing. For me, the type of leader I am, I'm more of a personal guy. So, um, if I see a guy, I like to coach him on it, or like if he's messing up or like a young guy or something, I'll coach him because it not only helps me get better, but it helps him get better. I like to, be vocal. I'll get guys motivated. I'm really just a personal leader. Like I like to be one-on-one and, try to bring the best out of people one-on-one and teach them and learn.
Yeah, I mean, you were telling me obviously like last season was your first season there at South Dakota State. I mean, you were actually named conference newcomer of the year. I mean, you ended up with 4 interceptions last year. I mean, obviously, great contributor there on defense. Mike, I'll be completely blunt with you. I mean, when I look at your, resume, probably one of the biggest things that sticks out is the fact that you're one heck of an athlete. I mean, just sitting here, chatting with you earlier, just kind of about some of the numbers that I know that you can put together, like in a pro day situation. You said that you had a 4.47 40. You have a 42-inch vertical, which is just outstanding, and an 11-foot 2-inch broad jump. I mean, hey, man, yeah, don't be modest, man. These are some fantastic numbers that we really need to, let some evaluators know that you can do, because I know that there are guys that these are gaudy numbers and people eat them up. So let's just kind of let them all know. How do you get to this point with some of these numbers? I mean, how do you feel about all of these, measurables that you're able to put on tape?
A lot of them are, just natural God-given abilities, genetics and stuff. But like the 40 and stuff comes from my track background. I learned how to run. It sounds kind of crazy learning how to run, but there's a lot of technique to it. I don't know. I think there's a lot of growth. Like I think I can be faster, obviously jump higher and jump farther. So I think there's a lot of room for that.
Gotcha. And you have a 550-pound squat, which is also impressive. I mean, again, I kind of teased about it earlier, but I mean, you're at the point where you're almost strong enough to play linebacker. So, I mean, hey, man, in some people's, eyes, I mean, what was it? Wasn't like Thomas Davis, like a safety or something. He's kind of like, isn't he a linebacker now? I mean, or at least he was at some point.
Yeah.
Is there a player in the league that maybe you would compare yourself to? I mean, have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I actually compare myself to Jamal Adams. I like the way, I think our games are pretty similar. I love how he plays. We're similar build, similar size. He's more of a hybrid box safety as well. And I think my game really resembles his. I try to model it after him. I watch a lot of film on him. So
cool. And just going to ask you to maybe give me one of your most memorable moments as a football player. Share one of the highlights for people to hear.
The biggest highlight is probably in the Minnesota game. That was part of one of the reasons I went to South Dakota, because I knew we were going to play Minnesota. I always wanted to play there growing up, and it's obviously my hometown. So just that whole game was just a great atmosphere. It was a great experience for me to, play against my friends in my hometown. So that was a huge moment for me in my career.
Cool. And tell me about yourself, outside of sports. I mean, what are you doing there as a student? Really just share anything about yourself in this video that you want people to know.
Well, one of my things is I love music. I spend a lot of time listening to music. So that's one of the things I do outside. But as a student, I'm a business economics major. I just recently joined a student athlete diversity council where, we try to, build the tension or eliminate some of the tension between the community athletes and people of color and the police. So that's one of the newest things I got into. So
cool. And is that something that you might use football as a platform for, if and when you do get to the pros, or is there maybe something else that you would, also use football as a platform for?
Yeah, football it can be a good platform, to touch on these topics. A lot of people look up to you, but one of the main things I want to use football for is to, teach the younger guys, the people who haven't gone through it yet, the ropes, like tell them how it goes, because you've been through it, you've been through the fire, and that information can really help them grow.
Gotcha. And next question I have for you really is, if you had the opportunity maybe to give your younger self just a tidbit of advice, like 16, 17-year-old self, what would you tell
For sure, I would tell them to enjoy it more. I spent a lot of time in my young age when I was playing sports that I kind of treated it like a job. I have to do this, I have to do that, I gotta be great, this and that, and instead I lost the fun from it to just enjoy it, because I found out these last few years I've been playing college football, like when you enjoy it the most, you start making the most plays, and it's really fun. It's a game, so you try to enjoy it.
Gotcha. And I guess one of the other unique things about you is that you actually lived in several countries. So, tell me about that. Like, where did you live before here? Like, and just that whole business.
I lived in Italy, Turkey, Spain, and Ukraine. My stepdad was a basketball player, so we followed him around wherever he went. That was a great experience for me, because not a lot of people get to leave, the country or even where they're from. So I got a bunch of different perspectives on what it's like to not be in America. And I think that's one of the important things that people could get out of traveling. Just branch out and get out of your comfort zone and, learn something new.
Gotcha. Definitely some benefits of getting out of the country.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to get into it more than that right now.
Yeah.
But hey, Michael, let's just give a shout out to some of the people in your life that have really helped get you to where you are today. Maybe just send a little bit of love to some of the mentors and coaches in your life, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, I got to shout out my family. They've been with me through this whole process. Through tough times and, times they may not want to. They've always been by my side supporting me. So first things first, I got to support my family. I'll give a shout out to, Coach Bronner, Coach Sauter at SMSU. They believed in me. They're the first people that took a chance on me and really got me to do college football. Shout out Coach Stig, Coach Rogers, Coach Berge for believing in me. When I transferred, they told me straightforward how it was going to be and what I needed to do to be on the team, and they've always been supporting me this whole way. A few players, Tolu Ogunrinde, he's my brother. I grew up with him. He was there at South Dakota State before I was, and he's been by my side through this whole journey. So really shout out to those guys.
Gotcha. And I try my best to ask this question to everybody too. So, it's really just the why question. Why don't you just let me know, why you play football, maybe a little bit of your motivation.
I'm a really competitive guy. So, football is the most competitive sport to me. I love the thrill of, being in that competition. It's always a high intensity game. I like to use it to displace my anger. You can just let loose. It's the only game you can be physical and not get in trouble for it. So really the passion comes from the competition and, the freedom and the just the joy that comes with the game.
Right. And very last thing for you, Michael, is just give me your pitch to a professional team. What kind of player would they be getting if they took a chance on you?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a very versatile player. I can play anywhere you need me to play. I can gain weight, lose weight, be all over the field. One of my main attributes is a leader. I just recently got voted captain, and that's really a testament to my character at this time, because I haven't been on this team long, and I can gain the respect of guys in the locker room. So you'll get a guy who's a quick learner, very versatile, and not only versatile but a leader, and those are the most important traits to me as a football player. So.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. Obviously, you've really only been there for a couple of years and already gained the respect of your peers, which is, kind of an obvious thing, being a team captain, and then just kind of having your background of, being versatile enough to play probably 5 different positions, just really, really good asset. I think that you're definitely a very good athlete that everyone really needs to know. A very intriguing prospect. So, hopefully people will be able to go back, maybe check out your tape and really give you a solid look. Michael, I do appreciate your time. I think it's always great getting to know people. I do wish you best of luck. I mean, I know we're kind of waiting to, see you guys, play again. So, I mean, whenever you do play again, man, best of luck. Again, this is Michael Griffin. He's a safety kind of big guy to do whatever you want him to do out of South Dakota State University. Thanks again, bud.
Yeah, thank you.